Egypt, who were leading Group E. So that's about to swap round. England's chances a great deal of help as well. If they can hold on to that, only 25 minutes in though. Those two games. The other two games that are happening at the same time as these ones, as Hanji disappears over the advertising hoarding. With much enthusiasm coming from Oliver there. Trying to get hands on his ball after trying to get his feet on the ball. Long ball in, here it comes again. That's a whopping great throw. South Korea and Switzerland confirmed their places in the knockout rounds. Switzerland top of Group F, followed by South Korea. Mexico losing out, so they remain on 3 points. A goal difference of 0. When you consider the goal differences of the two teams on display here today, it shows you the uphill task they have. Indonesia with a free kick. That's a decent ball into the middle, but again, it's not very dangerous. Over the top. Delivery by Mandela. Baker again couldn't keep it down. Inside the last 20 minutes. Still 1-1. Sides at the moment out of the competition. 3rd and 4th, Indonesia and Honduras respectively. Interception, but it's going to come through anyway to Miazza. Good ball in, trying to confirm. Oh, what a shot that is! And what a goal by Fadli Alberto! That's the way to take control of a tie. Wasn't an awful lot that the Honduran goalkeeper Valladares could do about that. What a thumping drive that was from the left-sided midfielder. Look at this. Bang! And his first goal at the Under-17 World Cup will be one that he'll remember, particularly if it's a match winner. Indonesia back in front with 17.5 minutes to go. And hope for the knockout stages is raised once more. That was the best moment of the match, and here they come again. This time though it goes wide from Andy Ahmed. Suddenly, all of the pressure is coming from the Asian side. Ivandra, who started off with his penalty, shoots from distance. Well, it's a measure of how bad the shooting from distance has been, and that's the best one so far in the game. That one only a few feet over the bar. Joy coming from the Indonesian fans. Quite like that song, actually. However, they won't like it if Honduras come back here, mistaken, trying to distribute the ball out of midfield by Indonesia, and they've been let off by an injudicious tackle from a Honduran. To go. Indonesia have led twice in this match. They conceded an equaliser barely 2 minutes after they took the lead. The lead has lasted 3 minutes now. Point away by Oliva. Nice little turn by Nasri, but into trouble in the end. The Indonesia skipper. As you would expect, 90 minutes in both the games so far for the man with the captain's armband on. He's in Bali. Not football. That was the goal, though. Well, if you're going to have a match winner, why not do it from outside the area? The balance involved in that was superb. Totally knew what he was going to do from the moment he got his first touch. See any more of the Indonesian skipper. He's going to have to be replaced. The man who will come on to replace him is Lucas Rafaeli. Well, there's also going to be a substitution for Honduras as well. So Christopher Vega is going to come on. He's on the right-hand side. So Honduras will bring on a defender. As indeed are Indonesia. Indonesia probably needing the defender more than Honduras at the moment, by virtue of the fact they're in front. Indonesian fans delighted. So then, the skipper is carried off. It's Arana who is going to come off for Honduras. final minute. Just confirmation there, Panji coming off to be replaced by Lucas. All charged down. To get the ball forward here, Honduras. They are running out of time fast. They need 2 goals really to give themselves any hope indeed of going through as one of the best third-place teams. Very hard in there. Ivandra Florasta is the man who was on top of things there, literally. He's the man who's got the captain's armband now that the centre-back Panji has been taken off for treatment. Alberto gives the ball away and gives possession away. 10 minutes to go. 80 minutes on the clock. Foot left into the challenge there by Vega, who's just come on. However, Indonesia continue on anyway, and they've drafted quite a good opportunity. That goes wide there from Dimas Adi. Nice little weave around there. There was no other options perhaps on, although I say that, but Metzer had carried on through and could have received another little ball through, and then it would have been him against the keeper. Honduras. Under 9 minutes to do something about this 2-1 deficit is Suazo. Not a bad ball in from Suazo. It's almost a very good ball. 2 players went for it, one with the head, one with a flailing kick. That was Medina. Neither made contact. Medina almost got there and took it off the boot of Areola. Instead, it'll be brought away by Baker. Long fishing trip of a ball forward. But Metzer can't collect and ends up knocking over his marker in any case. Yeah, pretty clear. Running straight into Palacios. So running into Arzu, excuse me. Surprisingly, Honduras now speeding everything up, including the throw-ins. Their World Cup campaign. They're spiralling down the plug hole at the moment. They really managed to get the plug in the first place to help build up their hopes throughout this competition. It's been a demoralising experience. They are trying to come forward here with Flores. Suazo. Need both of them in the box, really. Suazo's trying to go through. He goes down. Referee has not given a penalty. I thought he was pointing at the penalty spot there for a second. Suazo looks at his coach. Great run by the forward. Contact with Al-Ghazani. So then, video support review has inevitably been served. Makes sense at this point anyway. So the first thing is no offside. There's no handball there by Flores either. So then we start to watch Suazo. He cuts back inside. I'm not quite sure what they're going to tell from that wide angle. We need to be right up close. That's Malvin. Has he just run into? There is a leg forward by Al-Ghazani. Could that be interpreted as obstruction rather than a foul? Because if it is obstruction, it would be a free kick, an indirect one. What's the referee going to decide? Not surprisingly, Marion Babu completely in agreement. Well, I think he's just keeping counsel. They probably knows the defender just stood his ground. Desperation by Suazo, desperate to get something. Boden is about to come on, one of those who was dropped from the starting lineup. And he comes on for Amador. Off goes the midfielder. On comes a forward. Not surprising. They've got to throw everything they can now at the Indonesia goal. Literally, here it comes. Another massive throw into the middle, causing problems. Here is Flores. Hits it against an Indonesia defender, and it's that man there, the man who scored the opening goal and has taken the captain's armband as well. Forasta with the complete performance. There's going to be another one coming in though. Here it comes again. From Oliva. Almost cleared the entire pitch with that. Well, there'll be a few coaches who will be looking at that long throw, I think, and evaluating what's possible. Flores went up for it. That is a corner kick in everything but name. That throw from Oliva. We saw in the first half, he threw it from deep inside his own half, deep inside the second half. He's got so much power in those arms. Indonesia just getting rid of it anywhere with 3 minutes to go. Honduras at the moment on course for a third straight defeat. Indonesia on course for their first points in Group H that will already be taken by Zambia or Brazil. 81 minutes gone there as well, and Zambia still leading thanks to the goal after 26 minutes by Jonathan Kalimina. All in. Goalkeeper gets something on it, but the referee has blown for a free kick on the Indonesia shot stopper. Decent enough ball in by Martin. But, goalkeeper did get there and then was put under undue pressure, according to our referee. Nicely done. Suazo on his way again. Looking inside. Chance here at the last. Boden immediately into the action, but smothered by Rajasa, who's not had much to do in the first half, but what he has had to do, he's done well. And Boden will go into the book almost immediately. The referee judging here, he was never in with a chance of getting to this ball and slid in on the goalkeeper. Zambia too. He's one of those who would have been suspended for the next game had Honduras qualified. Substitution coming up then. Ilham Ramadona is going to come on for the last few seconds. Imagine that the fourth official was getting the minutes added on board ready, and all of a sudden he's got to change that and put up the substitution board instead. There is it, 1 minute. Managed to get that job done first. It's not an awful lot of time added on at the end of this. Meaza is going to come off. There is Meaza for Jalotula. He's led the line well in this game. Best chance came in the first half, where he followed up on Ivandra's shot at goal with a rebound that went over. Replaced by Ramadona. He was also a bit part player in the first two games, although not as big part as this one. Brazil have equalised in the other game. That puts them back at the top of the Group H standings once more, heading into time added on at the end of that game as well. Well, the Zambians will be sick with that if that stays the way it is, because it will hurt them in terms of the seeding for the knockout stages. Put it into context, the team that is the best in the group stages will take on the team that was the worst of the top 8 third place teams, and it works backwards from there. So it's certainly within your interest to be as high up the seedings as possible. Cross was Aida Banish on Turchia. Fabio is going to take the resulting throw in. He's got quite an arm on him as well. Well, this all serves Indonesia's purpose well. It's a yellow card for time wasting, one assumes, for Fabio. Well, we only had 1 minute added on. That's gone to 7 minutes now. Decent ball in, and a good header out by Arzu. I'm sure that ball said 1 minute at the end. It was, I guess, the fourth official got a little bit confused with all of the, and that's going to be a yellow card as well for Alberto. He's not one of those who is on the threat of a yellow card ban yet, but first yellow card in the competition. The corner comes back in again. On it comes Baker with another header, but he couldn't get any purchase on it from the ball forward by Evandra. I guess it's been the game we were expecting. Both sides have struggled in attack through the competition so far. Their defences couldn't cope with the likes of Zambia and Brazil, but they have been able to cope with each other. comes again. It's a decent ball in, and it bounces through easily for Rajasa again. He really can throw that ball. I've never seen anybody who can throw it quite as far as him. U17. He'll only get stronger. Well, the Indonesians are celebrating. Here it comes again. With the 10 forward. They come back the other way though. As you can see though, not many Indonesians coming forward, and it's whacked forward again by Valladares. However, straight to an Indonesian player is Ivandra. Ivandra can see some space on that far side and delivers a lovely ball, but he's offside. On that far side is Fabio. Well, he's been the man who has done his best to drive them forward all the way through this competition in possession, has Ivandra. Got them off and running in this game. For me, he's been the player of the match. I don't know what you think. That was a complete wipeout. Final minute of the minimum 7 added on at the end of the game, and a yellow card comes out for Ali Ghazani. Again, not one of those who was in danger of a ban. Picks up his first yellow of the tournament. Not sure 2-1 is going to be enough though for Indonesia to contain their interest, maintain their interest, as Honduras players are beginning to lose their heads now, knowing that they'll be heading home in 4th by the looks of it. They're only young, 16, 17 years old. This is a big competition, a lot of scrutiny, even if it's only under 17s. This is where the growing happens. Free kick in. Oh, it pinged around all over the place. Ironically, it was Ivandra who didn't know where it had gone, as it rebounded off of his leg. Suazo, surrounded by red shirts though. Suazo again has it, trying to lead them home on his own. Suazo needs to get the ball in. 3 are there if he can get it in. It's well blocked though. Everybody in a red shirt though, back almost inside their own box, which is allowing Honduras to launch a series of attacks. There's the latest one! The punch from Rajasa. And the referee blows, and it's disappointment, a 3rd straight defeat for Honduras, but the first points and a first win for Indonesia. It may not be enough to send them through to the knockout stages of this FIFA Under-17 World Cup, but goals from Forasta and Alberto enough, as it finishes Honduras 1, Indonesia 2. Celebrations then for Indonesia for the first time in the competition. It's only the second time that Indonesia have qualified for this competition. The first time was last time on home soil, the group stage. It's the first time they'd actually come through a qualifying competition to earn the right of competing on the world's greatest stage for under-17s. At least they go home with a win, which is more than they achieved when they were hosting the competition in 2023. Their first win at the World Under-17 Cup. So then the statistics rather bear out why Indonesia won that game. 24 attempts, 16 of which were on target, 2 of which hit the back of the net, including a penalty. They had 5 corners. Honduras' discipline fell apart the more the game went on. 3 yellow cards, 17 fouls, although 4 Indonesians also made their way into the referee's book as well. It's still Brazil. Well, Zambia and Brazil will be going through by right to the knockout stages of the Under-17 World Cup, but in which order will they go? It's still 1-1 on their pitch here at the Aspire zone. Goals coming from Jonathan Kalima in the 26th minute, but in the 81st minute, Dell equalised. Scored against Honduras in the opener, has done it again against Zambia. If it stays like that, then Zambia will go through, but they won't win the group, which is what would have happened had they managed to stay in front. They are playing 5 minutes of time added on. They have reached the last of those minutes. We are waiting to see what happens in that game. When that game finally finishes, we'll be able to bring you the final standings in Group H. In order to get into the top 8 of games, to beat Colombia at the moment, who are on 2 points. So technically, Indonesia are in the top 8 of best third-place teams. But because of Mexico's result earlier in the day, they have been knocked out again. So I'll correct myself on that. Unfortunately, goal difference is counting in